Words with Mayor McKay.
SSS Manhao Corporation had until May 31st to lay the foundation for a new hotel connected to the Vancouver Island Conference Centre right here on Gordon Street. That date has come and gone, and that was up for discussion for 3 hours on Monday night's City Council meeting. In the end, it was decided to extend that deadline by 6 months. Let's start with the why was the deadline missed in the first place?
Well, this is a really complicated project. A lot of things that we don't know of. There were some investor issues, there were some immigration issues, and also some issues relative to the development itself. The environmentals had to be done, some geotechnical work had to be done, and those all added to the time.
Initially, though, it was thought that those things could be achieved by the deadline.
Correct.
Okay, there was not a lot of communication from what I understand from either party leading up to the deadline. Is that normal in a project this size?
Well, as was reported to us, basically what they were saying was, when we have some news, we'll give you some news. There's all kinds of projects like that all over town where, you know, we don't always ask the questions. Once a development permit or building permit's been issued, we tend to think that they're off doing their business. Same thing applied here. We don't always ask for details of how the progress is going.
Now, initially there was a motion to extend the deadline by 1 year. In the end, as we mentioned, it was extended for 6 months. What are the pros and cons of extending the deadline or not?
Well, the pro of extending was that the timelines were given to us by the developer. Nobody knows better than the developer what the you know, where they're at today and how much time they need. They're the professionals, we're not. Now, the question of the 6 months, the challenge with that is that it may be that the timelines are simply too short, and they might come back to us and say we can't possibly meet those timelines.
And there's no plan B in place at the moment, so there's no real motivation for the city to stop the deal.
Absolutely not.
It's better than nothing, even though it's still kind of nothing.
Well, if you look at other projects, if we look at, for example, a big development in Edmonton, it's the Rogers Arena. That was 10 years in the making between two parties, and somewhere in the middle they had a divorce. They reconciled and they got back to the table, but it was 10 years. There's another hotel deal similar to this in Kelowna that's been 15 years in the making. These folks have only been at it for 2. So to my way of thinking, they're well on their way. If they can have a foundation in the ground within 12 months, they're years ahead of similar projects.
And just to put you on the hot seat a little bit, the city's been at it for much longer than 2. We're probably approaching that 10 to 15 year
But
mark.
we can't tar SSS Manhao with that brush.
Right.
Those were with other parties through some very difficult business climates. These people have come with what I believe is a really solid business plan, and I think it's a winner.
Good point.
The Vancouver Island Conference Centre thinks it's a winner. The Tourism Bureau thinks it's the winner. The casino believes it's a winner. The Port Theatre thinks it's a winner. I just, for the life of me, can't understand why our council doesn't think it's a winner.
What is the mood on council? Is this a priority?
Well, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. I mean, I was really disappointed last night in the position that we took. Why can't we just get on with our business? The developer knows better than anyone how long this project's going to take. So to change the deadlines just because you can doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Go presents Random Acts of Magic.
Hey there, we are sitting with Simon. Hi, Simon. This is one of my friends. This is Rascal. He's my cat. Cute cat, huh? Now we're gonna do something with this picture, and this is what I'm gonna do. Just gonna give this a couple folds. Just give it a few creases. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like to take this marker, and I'd like you to put your initials right there on Rascal's picture for me. And there we go. You can see the initials on there. Very good. I'm gonna unfold this, and we're just gonna give us a little bit of a tear. 2 pieces, and here is 3 pieces. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Now I want you guys to watch this very, very close, because all I'm gonna do is blow, and we're gonna see if we can make this back together again. That's pretty cool, huh? But I want you to notice something. I want you to look at the edges. They're all torn. You can see that? Because we actually put the picture together inside out. And there's your initials right there. That's it for another Random Act some magic.
Oh, Canada!
Hey, want to know another word that's totally coined in Canada? This one's a bit crazy. Not tie him in a straight jacket, lock him in a padded room, and feed him arrowroot biscuit crazy, but it's definitely a little loony.
Land of the silver birch, home of the fever, where still the mighty moose wanders at will. Squirrel! Blue Lake and Rocky Shore.
If you want nuts, you can hang out with this guy, or use this to buy some. The loonie is worth $1 whole, and the noisy water bird at the face of the coin is called a loon. Hear that?
Squirrel!
No, that's not a squirrel. That's the sound of the dollar calling. And if you don't think that's loony enough, double it and you've got a toonie. I think the only reason we don't have a $5 coin is because foonie sounds ridiculous. Canadian coins, one more way to add some A in your day.
Foonie? Foonie? Has anybody seen my foonie?
Nanaimo is celebrating Canada's 148th birthday from 11 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. in Manhao Sutton Park with multicultural food booths and lots of live entertainment, including the Clans, Mike Sherritt, the Doctors of Rock and Roll, and one of my favorites, The Big Mess. Wayne Bianchin was recently inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame. He was born in Nanaimo in 1953, nicknamed Wiener. He pursued a successful NHL hockey career in the 1970s. He played 7 seasons in the NHL, mostly with the Pittsburgh Penguins. An off-season body surfing accident in 1974 found him with a broken back and an uncertain future in hockey. Determined to continue his career, Wayne spent 2 years in the juniors recovering his strength and abilities. In the 1976-77 season, he was feeling fit again and back on the ice with the Pittsburgh Penguins, scoring 2 goals and 1 assist in his first game. After the 1981-82 season, Wayne retired from playing professional hockey. Still enthusiastic about the sport, though, he returned to Nanaimo and coached the Nanaimo Clippers for 2 years during the 1982-83 and the 83-84 seasons. We're switching from hockey here at the Sports Hall of Fame to sailing now. Marjorie Greaves with a look at the Manhao 360 in this week's Arbutus RV Island Adventure.